Good morning, good morning, guys. Welcome. I said I was gonna try to do one of these phone recording sessions since I'm not at my main station, so I'm trying it today. I hope you enjoy it and it's helpful. First of all, I want you guys to see that the markets are closed right now, and I'm gonna try to point out this BTCD right here, as you can see. That is the CME price, and you can see clearly we are $2,000 above it right now with perps. When CME's open at about 6 p.m. on Sunday, there is going to be a major gap. I highly made this video just so you guys are aware of that gap. Today, we are going to quickly look at where CME closed on a weekly setting, and then we will go to the perps after. So first thing I want to show you guys is Bitcoin. Okay, here it is. Bitcoin is the first thing I want to look at. Luckily, a lot of my charts are saved on this, so we might get lucky and see a lot of the stuff we want. Let's turn that shit off. All right, cool. So this is on a daily. We need to go to weekly. The reason I'm going to weekly is because we are near the end of the month. I mean, we can go quickly look at monthly if you would like. Here's the monthly. We were always looking for resistance over here at around $103,000. Some of you guys are not aware of these pulls, but it's from previous videos I've done. So we were literally trading every consolidation. That's where all these little fib pulls are from. We were always looking for a little bit of resistance around here at the $103,000 to the $120,000 range that I showed you guys in yesterday's video. So if you guys have not watched yesterday's video, I highly recommend watching the end of it. It has a little sneak peek of the perpetuals of Bitcoin and ETH and a few other ones. And also, if you guys are not subbed to the channel already, please, I'm trying to make these videos so you guys are always up to date. Do me a favor and sub the YouTube because 80% of you have not subscribed yet and still watch these videos. So just to help me out, it doesn't require any effort on you other than clicking a button. Please hit subscribe. If you're already subscribed, please hit the thumbs up on the video so the YouTube algorithm does me that favor. If you want to take one extra step to really help me out on this weekend, I would greatly appreciate a comment below letting me know how I'm doing. It really helps the channel and gets the word out there with the algorithm. And aside from that, if you're interested in trading with me live, feel free to join my Discord server. Feel free to get the Twitter. Feel free to join any of the affiliate services that we recommend and use that helps the channel grow. If you're going to scalp, use MEXC. They have the best fees. And as you guys know, yesterday Bybit got hacked for 1.5 billion, not MEXC. So that honeypot that Bybit was got attacked. So if you know, and that's kind of why I'm making this video. I know that people probably shorted into the end of the day yesterday, and we are floating on up and short squeeze city on perps, which we will talk about when we get into that. So just be aware of that. Now, since this news is coming out, everyone's expecting a dump. If we dump, you can see on the monthly, I'm looking at around $65,000. That's fair on a major dump. And that is fair. I know you guys are gonna cry, whine, and moan. I don't care. That's where we originally started a rise from, and that's where the longs were supposed to take. And that's why we have this bullish engulfing candle right here that's probably going to get tested. And if we pass this consolidation phase, you can see this green circle over here. That's where I expect Bitcoin to go, all the way up to there, 245,000. So don't cry about no 60,000 if we're going to 260,000, right? So that's one thing. Let's step down. You know, we're talking too high time frame stuff right now. Here it is on the local. If we get that crazy dump that everyone is thinking, you see this gap over here. This is the gap we're probably going to come to test, and that's around 80,000. And if we go to fill that gap and go under, I expect us to go like 75,000 ish. And I don't think we should go too much lower than that for this because if we do this drop that is looking, you know, more and more likely, let me show you. All this is a consolidation, and the drop is going to go test the liquidity, and this is where you get the next accumulation for the next upside rise, and then we'll take out that liquidity over here, and then we'll actually go to the next level. where is that? Above 103, and then we'll go right to that 157 level you can see over there. Okay. Once you break above here, you'll just parabolically rise into this 150K area for the next resistance. And that's kind of like what you should expect because everyone's buying Bitcoin. Everyone's putting it in their strategic reserve. Freaking Texas just was trying to do that in the Senate like a couple days ago. I was watching on the news. So stuff like this, just be aware is a possibility, okay? So that's kind of what I'm looking for on Bitcoin. If anything happens, worst case scenario, guys, we'll test that 90K. If things get worse, you can go into that low 75K area. And that's as far as I'm looking for it to go right now. That's about like a $20,000 move. Am I doing my math right? 15,000? Yeah, 15,000. Yeah, 15,000. So $15,000. So leverage wise, trade accordingly. And full disclosure, I have no trades going on in Bitcoin, and I'm waiting for the weekly open due to the fact that we had a holiday week last week, and now we have this new fresh week, and kind of need to see how this hack situation plays out because what they want is panic and fear. And if panic and fear does come, you'll see people trying to sell off. And if the selling off does occur, then that means the people who have the liquidity to buy are the only ones who are going to take that reward. Meaning, if you have no cash on the side, then you're screwed. If you're already all in on the market, you're screwed. So you're not actually screwed. No, take this video as a warning. And if you have a large position, hedge yourself. Take a high leverage, low margin short and hedge yourself knowing that we can drop $15,000, and then that way you're only risking maybe like 5% or 1% of your portfolio. I would say 1%. If you're all spot, you risk 1%, and that 1% is for the short. That way you're not completely getting wrecked if it goes down. You can hold your spot, take a leveraged short, and when you think the bleeding is done, close your short, take that money, and just buy more spot at that point because you're a long-term investor and all you did was all the loss that you would have had just holding the spot doing nothing. You basically made money by doing nothing with your spot, but you took a little bit of a leverage short, and that was the only risk you took because you're a long-term spot Bitcoin holder. And that's how they're probably going to be doing it as well because they understand that people are going to be like looking at Bitcoin as like Beanie Babies and Pokemon cards and stuff like that. It's a collectible. So if they already are rich and they're making dollar every day with their businesses and other investments, they have no reason to sell the spot. They can just sit on it and let it go up in value. It means nothing to them. So, yeah, just keep that into consideration as you move forward. We're done with perps, okay? I gave you what I thought with perps. Now let's go quickly to, I mean, sorry, we're done with futures, and we gave you where we expect it to open, okay? Now here is perps, and this was what we had in our last video. I know there's a lot of doodles, but just keep in mind we are still consolidating in that bearish top. If they want to do a short squeeze, we would be breaking up into that 110, 120 range before that next head. We did not eat with the news and FUD right now, right? Like unless that thing gets mitigated and that money, I mean, ETH is famous for freezing and rolling back the chain. Are they gonna do like the parity hack back in the day and like freeze the chain and just throw away those ether and redo? I don't know. Like it's not Bitcoin, so I don't know how ETH's gonna fix this or how Bybit's gonna manage $1.5 billion just in the spot evaporating. I don't know. So once all that gets concluded, we'll figure it out. We still have FTX and all these other people doing their payback to their customers. So perfect timing for all this nonsense. A great. I mean, that's exactly what you expected was we were at a top. We needed a reason to have that retracement to shake out over leveraged longs. Here's your news cycle now, creating the panic, FUD, and fear, and these guys already took profit in this range. This was a distributional top, so they calmly took their profit. Now that their position is almost done closing, this news is being released, As we retrace down on this green path, okay, this green doodle path, if this happens, if we come down now and we break under 92,000, well, you can see between 84 and 75,000 is where we measured the retracement to be. And that's right near 75,000 right here. And everything coincides with what our higher time frame said on CME as well. So the end of the day, what I'm trying to say is just be aware that $75,000 is a major, major level underneath 90. And I don't say that lightly because $90,000, we've tested it multiple times, and I'm sure all those stop losses are sitting there on a bunch of people's lungs. And that level, it's gonna maybe tickle once, but the second tap, it's gonna butter. And the reason it's gonna do that is these assholes who set this whole move up, they are probably taking shorts and they're probably going to market short pretty soon because they sold their longs or they closed their longs and then they filled short here. That's why we're doing this consolidation. They're filling positions here, and that's why we're going sideways. Once they're done filling their position and they're like, okay, it's time to rock the hell out of the longs and over leveraged believers, they're going to start market shorting because now the buyers slow down. And you can see this on volume too over here, guys. Look at this volume over here. You can see the buying volume is decreasing. So they already know that, yo, the buyers are scared and they're just waiting. They can just do a market sell with volume, cause the liquidations to start because the exchanges only make money when you guys get liquidated. And that's what I'm trying to say. Like, just be aware. And I don't think we're gonna go over Ethereum today because I don't even know if this audio recorded. But if this audio recorded and everything goes good, guys, we can follow up with Ethereum tomorrow and just be warned that what I think is going on is a short squeeze because the market makers know that everyone's going to take shorts because of the fear and FUD. And we're going to probably short squeeze before a rollover. And I would not look for any kind of major move until the full market's open because now we have a big gap on CME as I showed you. So what are we gonna do with the $1,000+ gap? It's $2,000 gap. You know, it's a pretty decent gap. Okay, and we don't normally do that stuff. Perps are having a premium for what reason we don't know. So Sunday when the